Okay, so Matthew McConaughey reveals some pretty shocking details about his childhood. In his new memoir, Greenlights, Matthew says he was knocked unconscious in the back of a van and molested by a man when he was 18. He also reveals that at age 15, he was blackmailed into having sex for the first time. He also claims his father whipped him for putting on a fake Cracker Jack tattoo. Now, despite his past traumas and rough upbringing, Matthew says he never felt like a victim and says he always knew he wanted to be a father. Wow, Erica, this is a lot. A lot of people look at Matthew McConaughey and they think that he's this easygoing, and I'm sure he is an easygoing guy, but they don't imagine that he had to go through so much trauma in order to get to where he is today.
Well, I mean, he's seemingly very well adjusted, but I do want to clarify when people say, I'm not a victim, I don't want to be a victim. No one wants to be a victim and seen as a victim. Most people don't. I do think that we have to give men and boys space in order to come forward and say that they were victimized. And I think that's the reason why so many, especially men, are more prone to say, or not say anything at all, or when it comes out that they weren't a victim. But the truth is, you were compromised when you didn't have the ability to consent, and that means you were victimized. And we need to say that because so many young boys and men are out there being victimized and don't have the space to say it. So I think it's important that we say it's okay to come forward and give that space.
Well, I love Matthew McConaughey, first of all. If you don't know, not because he's an actor, but who he is as a person. He's very inspirational. He's a born leader, and every time he talks, it inspires me. So it's no doubt that he went through this pain and turned it into a positive, right? Some of the strongest people in the world have been through the worst things, and they appreciate life a little bit more. Let me tell you a quick story about motivation and positivity, because I know I bore everybody with these, but it's how you look at life, right? You could be a victim of your own circumstance and pity yourself, or you could choose the other route. There was this father who was an alcoholic and beat up his mother and beat up these two boys, and they were twin boys. You couldn't get closer in DNA, right? They're the exact same person, a mirror image of their father. One became their father. He beat up his wife. He drank. He became an alcoholic. And guess what the other one became?
The exact opposite?
The exact opposite, because he didn't want to be that. All the examples that his father gave him was his path in life that said, I don't want to be that. I'm going to be the exact opposite. But it's what path you choose. If you want to be a victim of your circumstance, or if you want to get through that. Now, I'm not saying, listen, I've had a very cushy life, but there are things you have to get through in life, and everyone has a different struggle. It's how you get past those struggles make you the person you become.
Interesting. Wow. Yeah, that's quite the story.